Good evening, guys. It is April 17th, 2026. On this video, I want to give you just a 3-year update on this Bissell Power Force model 1739, and just update you on how wonderful it's been. And I'm just going to be talking about stuff. I'm not going to really be showing much, but yeah, so as of March 13th, which has already passed, it has been 3 years since I bought this machine brand new from Walmart, and it has been a really good machine. Now, has it been the best machine? No, not by any means. But has it been a good machine overall? Yes. I haven't had any issues with it at all. No issues. And it has already seen quite a bit of use. I did take it to do a move-out vacuuming on a 3-bedroom apartment that I was helping a relative get cleaned up. And it was really put to the test then. That was about a year or two ago. Yeah, picked up a lot of stuff, and I had to clean it out really good after that. So really, that just goes to show that even a cheap $60 vacuum like this will be sufficient to just get the job done. Unfortunately, I have heard some rumors that Bissell has discontinued this model, and I don't know if that means that they're discontinuing the Power Force bagged as a whole, or if they're just discontinuing this particular model. But that would be very unfortunate if that's truly the case, because the Bissell Power Force bagged has been around for a very long time. It's been around for 25 years at this point, pretty much. So it's really unfortunate if they did discontinue it. Now, I did look it up and do some research. I don't see it being sold on Bissell's website anymore. I see it listed as no longer available. But on Walmart.com, I do see it still up for sale, but it's now like $72, which is absurd. I mean, for a Bissell Power Force, it's just insane to me, but whatever. So unfortunately, I don't know if this is, any longer in production. I would assume that if it's not listed as available on Bissell's website, I would assume that they have ceased production of these, which is really unfortunate. But I mean, again, just rumors. I have not confirmed anything. I'm just sharing the knowledge that I know. But I am glad that I got my hands on one brand new before that happened, because that is a nice experience to get a brand new machine. and, you know, you've had it from day one, and you know the use history and the maintenance that's been done. You know everything, and you know it's gonna last. I guarantee you this machine would probably last me at least 10 or 15 years. No problem. It may need a brush roll, like, within that time frame. But otherwise, I mean, other than bags and belts, I don't think it'll need much. Because I take care of my machines. I take care of them, I maintain them, and I don't let them, you know, I don't neglect them. Let's just put it that way. So, so yeah, it's been a wonderful machine. It's been used quite a bit. And, you know, it's not the most powerful machine, because I think it only has like an 8 amp motor. So, you know, compared to like the older Bissell Power Forces that had the 12 amp motors, and a lot of the Hoover wind tunnels, you know, from back in the day, this is quite pathetic compared to those, honestly. But that's not saying that it's bad, it's just saying, you know, it's just not the same. So I think my Hoover wind tunnel, my 2012 Hoover wind tunnel downstairs, is far superior, quite honestly. And so, yeah. So it's hard to believe I've had this 3 years. I mean, I remember it was March of 2023. And, you know, I had always recommended these machines for years. And I wanted to get one for myself and truly test it out in my home and see if it was really worth all the hype that I was giving it. And quite honestly, I mean, it does what it's supposed to do. And I have already filled up probably, I want to say I've filled up about 4 or 5 bags so far. Now, this isn't my primary machine. And currently in our house, we do not have pets. And we're actually pretty clean people. I mean, we're not, you know, we don't have a lot of stuff coming into the house. So believe it or not, I can get up to a year out of a bag in this. Now, when I was doing that apartment for that relative, I filled up a bag entirely from that apartment. I mean, I just did. There was just a lot more in that because it hadn't been vacuumed in like a long time. So, but that's really the only exception. That was just another environment and stuff. It was not, you know, it had nothing to do with me. So, but that's really the only exception. I mean, and I think the bag was like barely used. Like maybe I vacuumed like once or twice with it, you know, in my own house, and then I took it over to that apartment and it filled it up entirely. And so, and the machine handled it like a champ. I mean, it was pretty, you know, pretty dirty when I got done with that job, but it was easy enough just to take it apart and, like, undo the screws at the base and pull it out, and just wash the base in the bathtub and get it all cleaned up, and I was able to do that. So I washed out the hose and everything, and it was good as new. So that is one advantage of these machines, is they are very easy to take, to dismantle and, clean and service. So, and that's primarily the reason why I chose to bring this machine, because I didn't know what I was getting into, to be very honest, in that apartment. I mean, it wasn't the worst, but it definitely was a really tough job for this machine, and it just handled it like a champ. So that I will say, I mean, if you're doing commercial cleaning of any kind, or like you're a house cleaner, or, a property manager or something, I don't think you can go wrong with these. I mean, I think they're a good option. I think there are better options, but I don't think you can go wrong with these. The bag protects the motor. As long as you have a bag in there, you should be good. And they just work. So, and they're super lightweight. They're actually lighter than an Oric. And so if you're elderly or, just have severe limitations, I'd say one of these is a really good option. Now, that all being said, like I said, I've heard rumors that these are no longer in production. But, fortunately, as far as I know, you can still get the Bissell Big Green commercial version of this, or the sanitary version of this, which is basically just an old style Bissell Power Force with, the Bissell commercial features, or, the sanitary name stamped on the front. So, but unfortunately, those are more expensive. You're probably looking at about $120 to $150, somewhere in there, for one. And for being an all-plastic machine, I think that's a little bit much. But considering what these are, I mean, I know that, if you take care of them, they will last a long time. I mean, there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to get at least 10 to 15 years out of a machine like this. At least. There's just no reason that you can't. It's all about maintenance. Maintenance is key. And a lot of people just aren't willing to do the maintenance. And that's the problem in our society, is a lot of people aren't doing maintenance on stuff. They buy things and they expect them to work, and if they break, then, oh well, it's broken, I just gotta replace it. Well, that's not how it works, Things can last a long time, because these are built simple enough to be able to last. So, but all in all, I mean, I'm pretty happy with it. And it serves its purpose, it does its job. And I did put in a 10-foot extension cord on it, because the cord is a bit short for me at 23 feet. It just does not cut it in this house. this house isn't huge, but it's about 1,500 square feet. So, you know, it's a little bigger. I don't know that I would recommend this for large homes for, you know, those reasons. I would, honestly, if you have a large home, I would look into something a little bit more on the commercial end of the scale that has a longer cord. I mean, really. I mean, and that's just with anything. I mean, you don't want to just cheap out on a vacuum when you, especially when you own a home and you own a nice home. That home is an investment. You should invest in a good vacuum cleaner and one that actually performs really well and lasts a long time. It's an investment, just like any other appliance. So, but yeah, like I said, it's a great machine, and I am very, very happy with it. No complaints. I have already, like I said, I have already filled up probably 3 or 4, maybe 5 bags in the time I've owned it without even the slightest issue. I've changed the belt once on it before. The belts don't really give me any issues. Yeah, it's been great. So, I mean, as long as you take care of it and you treat it nicely, this machine will last you for years to come. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos. Bye-bye.